Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind. Historical events of 14th April. Journey through time of 14th April 2025, Monday. Today is the date 14th April, highlight in history. 1639. 30 Years War. Forces of the Holy Roman Empire and Electorate of Saxony are defeated by the Swedes at the Battle of Chemnitz, ending the military effectiveness of the Saxon army for the rest of the war and allowing the Swedes to advance into Bohemia. 1775. The Society for the Relief of Free Negroes unlawfully held in bondage, the first abolition society in North America, is organized in Philadelphia by Benjamin Franklin and Benjamin Rush. 1793. The French troops led by Legar Felicite Sonthonax defeat the slaves settlers in the siege of Port-au-Prince. 1816. Busa, a slave in British-ruled Barbados, leads a slave rebellion for which he is remembered as the country's first national hero. 1849. Hungary declared itself independent of Austria with Lajos Kossuth as its leader. 1858. The 1858 Christiania fire severely destroys several city blocks near Stortorget in Christiania, Norway, and about 1,000 people lose their homes. 1865. US President Abraham Lincoln is shot in Ford's Theater by John Wilkes Booth. Lincoln dies the following day. 1865. William H. Seward, the US Secretary of State, and his family are attacked at home by Louis Boyle. 1881. The 4 dead in 5 seconds gunfight occurs in El Paso, Texas. 1890. The Pan American Union is founded by the First International Conference of American States in Washington, D.C. 1894. The first ever commercial motion pictures house opens in New York City, United States. It uses 10 kinetoscopes devices for peep show viewing of films. 1895. The 1895 El Ljubljana earthquake, both the most and last destructive earthquake in the area, occurs. 1900. The World's Fair Exposition universally opens in Paris. 1906. The first meeting of the Azusa Street Revival, which will launch Pentecostalism as a worldwide movement, is held in Los Angeles. 1908. Hauser Dam, a steel dam on the Missouri River in Montana, fell, sending a surge of water 25 to 30 feet, 7.6 to 9.1 mile high downstream. 1909. Muslims in the Ottoman Empire begin a massacre of Armenians in Adana. 1912. The British passenger liner RMS Titanic hits an iceberg in the North Atlantic and begins to sink. 1928. The Bremen, a German Junkers W-33 type aircraft, reaches Greenleaf Islands, Canada, completing the first successful transatlantic aeroplane flight from east to west. 1929. The inaugural Monaco Grand Prix takes place in the Principality of Monaco. William Grover Williams wins, driving a Bugatti Type 35. 1931. The Second Spanish Republic is proclaimed and King Alfonso XIII goes to exile. Meanwhile, in Barcelona, Francesc Macià proclaims the Catalan Republic. 1935. The Black Sunday dust storm, considered one of the worst storms of the Dust Bowl, sweeps across the Oklahoma and Texas panhandles and neighboring areas. 1940, World War II, Royal Marines land in Namsos, Norway, preceding a larger force which will arrive 2 days later. 1941, World War II, German and Italian forces attack Tobruk, Libya. 1944, Bombay explosion. A massive explosion in Bombay harbor kills 300 and causes economic damage valued at 20 million pounds. 1945, raising of Price-Sotte, the 4th Canadian Armored Division deliberately destroys the German town of Price-Sotte on the orders of Major General Christopher Vaux. 1958, the Soviet satellite Sputnik 2 falls from orbit after a mission duration of 162 days. This was the first spacecraft to carry a living animal, a female dog named Laika, who likely lived only a few hours. 1967, G. Nasingbe Eyedema overthrows Nicolas Bruniziki and installs himself as the new president of Togo, a title he will hold for the next 38 years. 1978, Tbilisi demonstrations. Thousands of Georgians demonstrate against Soviet attempts to change the constitutional status of the Georgian language. 1979, the Progressive Alliance of Liberia stages a protest without a permit against an increase in rice prices proposed by the government, with clashes between protesters and the police resulting in over 70 deaths and over 500 injuries. 1981, STS-1, the first operational space shuttle, Columbia, completes its first test flight. 1986, the heaviest hailstones ever recorded, each weighing 1 kilogram, 2.2 pound, fall on the Gopalganj district of Bangladesh, killing 92. 1988, the USS Samuel B. Roberts strikes a mine in the Persian Gulf during Operation Earnest Will. 1988, in a United Nations ceremony in Geneva, Switzerland, the Soviet Union signs an agreement pledging to withdraw its troops from Afghanistan. 1991, the Republic of Georgia introduces the post of president following its declaration of independence from the Soviet Union. 1994, in a friendly fire incident during Operation Provide Comfort in northern Iraq, two US Air Force aircraft mistakenly shoot down two US Army helicopters, killing 26 people. 1997, Pai H. Xiao Yan, daughter of Taiwanese artiste Pai Bing, is kidnapped on her way to school, preceding her murder. 1999, NATO mistakenly bombs a convoy of ethnic Albanian refugees. Yugoslav officials say 75 people were killed. 1999, a severe hailstorm strikes Sydney, Australia, causing $2.3 billion in insured damages, the most costly natural disaster in Australian history. 2002, Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez returns to office 2 days after being ousted and arrested by the country's military. 2003, the Human Genome Project is completed with 99% of the human genome sequenced to an accuracy of 99.99%. 2003, US troops in Baghdad capture Abu Abbas, leader of the Palestinian group that killed an American on the hijacked cruise liner MS Achille Lauro in 1985. 2005, the Oregon Supreme Court nullifies marriage licenses issued to same-sex couples a year earlier by Multnomah County. 2006, twin blasts triggered by crude bombs during ASR prayer in the Jama Masjid Mosque in Delhi, injuring 13 people. 2014, two bombs detonate at a bus station in Nuena, Nigeria, killing at least 88 people and injuring hundreds. Boko Haram claims responsibility. 2014, Boko Haram abducts 276 girls from a school in Chibok, Nigeria. 2016, the fourth shock of a major earthquake occurs in Kumamoto, Japan. 2022, Russian invasion of Ukraine. The Russian warship Moskva sinks. 2023, the Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer JUICE is launched by the European Space Agency. 2024, flooding in the Persian Gulf starts, killing 19 in Oman. Thank you very much for your patience. Request for like, share and subscribe.